I'm delighted to welcome to the programme today cybersecurity expert Lisa Ventura. Lisa, welcome. The global nature of cybercrime means no one country or organisation can tackle this alone. Why is collaboration really the key here?
So with the global nature of cybercrime, meaning that no single country or organisation can rely solely on its own capabilities to address the problem of the growing cyber threat and organised crime, it's really important that government officials, law enforcement officers, private sector operators and cybersecurity providers all have a big role to play in mitigating cyber threats. And this is where a lot of the work that we do comes in, because we aim to unite the cybersecurity industry worldwide and work with those government officials and private sector operators and other cyber service providers to look at what's going on in the world. What are the current threats? Ransomware at the moment is absolutely huge, and there isn't a day gone by where we don't hear of some organisation being attacked by ransomware in some way. So it's so important to be able to collaborate globally and share what's going on and what the threats are, and more importantly, what can be done to help mitigate those threats.
And what are you and others in the sector really doing now to enhance this collaboration even further?
So we're involved in a coalition, particularly on ransomware at the moment, with a campaign called Ransom Aware with Talion, and that provides a safe space for organisations to be able to share, if they've been hit and what they've done and how they've responded to it, etc. Because the learnings as well, when things do go wrong, are really, really important to be able to share and collaborate with other organisations globally. We're also part of the Cybersecurity Global Alliance, and there are representatives from many friendly nation states across the world and different government departments, etc. And we're also working with them closely in terms of that sharing and things that we can do to help combat the growing cyber threat.
And how are the challenges around cybersecurity? How have they really been escalated through the pandemic, particularly in relation to health and science? And what's being done now to combat this?
So the pandemic has had a huge impact on the cybersecurity industry. So many more threats, so many more phishing attempts. You name it, it's just been across the board, and statistically, it's growing every day in terms of those threats, and particularly across healthcare, etc., which is seen as easy targets through the pandemic. We've seen all sorts of things, from the scams around the vaccine to scams around the test and trace and so on. So it's really important to be able to stay one step ahead of those in terms of combating those threats and sharing those things that are coming out every day, and those scams and those phishing emails, etc., so that people and organisations don't get caught out when they happen.
We're seeing so many more women now working in cybersecurity, aren't we? Which is fantastic. What more is being done now to really encourage diversity in the sector, and what else can be done as well?
Diversity is absolutely key. We're seeing, although there's a cyber skills gap and although there's a big gap in terms of gender diversity, we are seeing more women come through into the industry. And a lot of the work that we do is to try and encourage more women to to come forward and consider a career in cybersecurity. And we're doing a lot to try and sort of bust a lot of the myths that are out there in terms of you need a technical background to get into cybersecurity, or you need to have a certain type of certification, or and what we're really looking to do is sort of draw that together and create a definitive guide of you don't need to be technical. Those myths need to be busted, and that's the sort of work that we're doing to try and encourage more people into the industry. We're also trying to encourage more people that are neurodiverse into careers in cybersecurity, as studies show that those that are neurodiverse are well suited to careers within cyber, and that's another key growth area for us as well.
Lisa Ventura, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.